Over the last few weeks in college football, there have been some pretty crazy stories, but there's one situation in particular that I believe is going under the rug, and it's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard of. One of the top quarterback recruits in the country will go from being a sophomore in high school just a few weeks ago to now being on Ole Miss's campus. To be fair, he is 17 years old, but this quarterback decided to decommit from his first program, skip his last 2 years of high school, and will now try to compete at Ole Miss with one of the toughest quarterback battles in the country. Today, let me introduce you to Austin Simmons. He's one of the top quarterback recruits in the country, has been compared to Tua Tagovailoa, and will now arrive at Ole Miss with a considerable amount of hype and a crazy story to his name. But how does a kid just skip 2 years of high school to get to a college campus? I'll explain that, talk about who he is, and give you my thoughts on him and the Ole Miss quarterback situation in today's video. So according to 24/7 Sports, Austin Simmons is the number 19 quarterback, a 4-star recruit, and the 292nd best player in the class of 2023. He's one spot below Ricky Collins and one spot above Texas A&M signee Marcel Reed. Simmons went to Moorhaven High School, which is located in the state of Florida, and this past year, he made history at his high school. He threw for 3,242 yards and 24 touchdowns, which actually broke the school record, which was previously held by Anquan Bolden. Pretty insane. This past April, he decided he was going to commit early and chose the Florida Gators. He thought that Billy Napier in the Swamp would be the best place for him to play, and fans were super hyped. They already had 2024 quarterback commit DJ Lagway, and now they had 2025 commit Austin Simmons. Ultimately, it ended up being too good to be true. Simmons shocked the entire college football world a few weeks ago as he's done something I've never even heard of. He reclassified 2 years ahead. He committed to Florida and is now headed to Ole Miss, and he should have been a sophomore but is now a freshman in college. Honestly, it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but once I looked into it, it was pretty self-explanatory. But why did he go to Ole Miss? Well, he said that head coach Lane Kiffin and their quarterbacks coach Charlie Weiss Jr. played a major role in this. He said, quote, "Our relationship got really close while I was up there, and we started talking football. I felt like I could really develop over there and prepare for the next level." Additionally, Simmons is also an insane baseball player, and I guess he wanted to play at Ole Miss. I'm sure Florida would have been fine too, but he received plenty of attention in baseball from programs such as Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Vanderbilt, and he also said he's better at baseball than football. We'll have to see about that. What does this mean for the Rebels? Well, On3 published a story where an anonymous Power 5 coach compared him to former SEC and current NFL quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. He said, quote, "He has some Tua to him. He has a really compact release, spins the heck out of the football, can throw the heck out of the football, and isn't a super insane athlete, but is also a good athlete. He's super smart, has great physical ability, great intangibles, and is very talented." It seems that every high school kid is always compared to someone great, and for the most part, never reached that status, but maybe Simmons has that chance. While he was in the class of 2025, rivals had him ranked as the number 3 passer in the country, and he was a top 75 prospect overall. This was prior to the reclassification, and 24/7 Sports, the site I trust the most, has him as a mid 4-star recruit, which works for me. His dad also wanted him to be a Rebel and felt that Lane would do a better job than Billy. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, how did this actually happen? Sure, he's compared to Tua, sure he's great, sure he's a 4-star, but how did this happen? Well, he left high school 2 years early because he said, quote, "Basically, I just did accelerated learning. I started that when I was a freshman and just started taking college courses in high school. I guess he was basically homeschooled and did it all online and got ahead. He apparently had a 5.34 GPA and finished his high school requirements by the time he was 16. I'll admit that is quite impressive, and it seems like he had a great time to balance football, school, and baseball. It makes me question why I didn't do that when I was in high school, but I guess Simmons was ahead of the curve. So what does this actually mean for Ole Miss, and what are my thoughts on the situation? Well, in a negative sense, there are 3 reasons why I'm concerned. 1, Florida desperately needed quarterback help. Right now, Graham Mertz is the projected starter, and if you're an SEC program and he's the guy you're trusting to lead the way, then I'm a little bit concerned. Florida's had a lot of problems, and if he was going to reclassify, why not go to Florida, where he probably has his best chance of starting right away? This leads to my second point. He's still very young. If he were to play this fall, he could be 17 years old playing against 23 or 24-year-olds. There's quite the age gap and quite the physical gap between those ages, and then add in the fact that he hasn't had that much time to develop. Those are my first 2 options why I'm somewhat concerned, but 3, Ole Miss already has 3 options fighting for the starting job. They brought in former 5-star LSU transfer Walker Howard, brought in one of the top quarterbacks in Oklahoma State history in Spencer Sanders, and returned Jackson Dart, who apparently has improved leaps and bounds this spring. Either way, I don't see Simmons being any higher than 4th on the depth chart, and at that point, why not just take an extra year, have fun in high school, develop, and then come in? I don't really know, but on the flip side, it does make some sense. He absolutely loves Lane Kiffin and took the opportunity that was given to him. Not every quarterback has a chance to go to the school they want to, and with quarterback recruiting being so delicate and timely, I guess he wanted to just punch his spot. It also helps that Ole Miss didn't sign a quarterback in 2023, so that spot was hit. At the end of the day, he probably felt he had nothing else he needed to prove in high school, both academically and on the football field, as he broke that school record and graduated with over a 5.0 GPA, so he was ready for his next challenge. Ultimately, this is quite a crazy situation, which in my opinion has not been talked about enough, but I thought I'd update you guys on this insane story about Austin Simmons, and let me know your thoughts down below. Before you go, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and check out all my other videos on the end screen, including my video about Florida's quarterback battle. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.